星の形をして互角の美しさ夜空に輝く毒の甘さには気をつけなければ純潔な白さに隠された闇父よ私は未だこの花の真意を知らずその香りに惑わされ迷いの道を歩む激しい魅力に魂奪われても心の奥底に希望の光あり混沌の世界で咲き誇る花は永遠の愛を示す少女吉よ私は未だこの花の真意を知らずその香りに惑わされ迷いの道を歩むブレイクの花よ星の形をして互角の運命が私を導く僕の愛も包み込むその姿に純潔な真理を見出すことができるかああ溝のおぱずらいを重ね葉脈自信に問えなぜならば誰ためならば花と星さむ空の果てに花咲く冬のシジナルに誘われ我らが楽しきゆくすごくに海まぶしき冠を叩き濁りなき白さに凍てつる心を溶かす娘と息は煙を上げて散る淡の美しき海も儚き残光に寄せられ処刑の女王を抱きしめ眩しき冠に見せられ運を祈る臨然なる姿魚なして子供の君をまたうせんと
I don't wanna keep on second guessing, 'cause guessing is useless. Keep on second guessing, 'cause guessing is useless. I don't wanna keep on second guessing, 'cause guessing like a fire. What you gonna do when it crumbles down? Watch it get higher, down to the wire. Will you let it burn till we almost drown? Higher, goodbye, honey, where do we lie? Where you're headed, am I going there too? I don't wanna ask why, wanna give this a try with you. And if you wanna go, I'll follow. I won't let you go alone, 'cause it's a big pill to swallow, but you won't do it on your own. And if you wanna go, I'll follow. I won't let you go alone. I don't care what happens now, where we go, how far and how. If you wanna go, I'll follow. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. I won't let you go. And if you wanna go, I'll follow. I won't let you go alone, 'cause it's a big pill to swallow, but you won't do it on your own. And if you wanna go, I'll follow. I won't let you go alone. I don't care what happens now, where we go, how far and how. If you wanna go, I'll follow. Have you made your mind yet? Have you got your heart set? I don't wanna jump half-hearted. Gotta get your feet wet, gotta give what you get. I don't wanna finish where we started. Like the river
Hello?
flowing, tell me where
Hello,
we're going. Take me to
Look,
a place that's
how are you doing?
every second
I am getting over being sick. How are you doing?
How did you get over being sick so quickly?
I feel like I've been sick forever.
Well, you weren't sick last week.
I think I got sick the next day.
Yeah, which means it's less than 7 days of sickness.
Yeah,
What
less
sickness?
than 7 days of sickness.
What sickness even is there that lasts less than 7 days? What the heck?
I've had a cold.
Let me share the screen. Let's see here.
I won't let you go.
Let me know when you're connected.
Oh, right. I gotta do the thing. I was like, what are you waiting on me for?
I'm waiting on you.
Godchild shrimp.
Yeah. Hi, Chucker. Welcome in.
Oh, God. Interesting.
I told you. We're gonna play another game today.
Fantastic.
What's this? I'm looking at my
What
just chatting
happened to
thing.
the... Oh, okay.
Oh yeah. So you remember Desi? Actually, no, wait. Let me do another one before I forget this one. So my dad came to visit the other day. I guess maybe 2-3 weeks
Okay.
ago, something like that.
Okay.
And oh man, I don't even know where I was going with this. And usually I write this down, like so I have an idea where I'm going with the anecdote. But this one I don't really know where I'm going with it.
Sure.
Basically, my dad has autism for business processes, I think.
Okay.
You know, you have autism for like trains or whatever.
Oh, yeah. I was like, have autism for a bit. Okay, I get what you're saying. His special interest is business processes.
Yeah. I took a trip to China. This was like long time ago. I don't like probably before I moved to Seattle even. Yeah, I think so. Anyway, I went to Japan and my dad, my mom and dad also went to Japan separately, but like at the same time. So there's overlap, right? So like I went, did stuff alone, then they went, and then there was overlap between our two trips, so we hung out together, and then we were separated again, that type of thing. Anyway, so during that overlap time, we went to like these Japanese restaurants, and my dad would just get up from the seat and just walk around like in the back, like the kitchens, and that just a look, you know.
Yeah.
And the waiters would come to me because like they would establish quickly on that, like, you know, they don't speak English, or sorry, they don't speak Japanese, and like I don't speak Japanese that great either, but I speak some, so they, you know, they would come to me, right? And they would go like, "Is he looking for the toilet or something like that?" And I'm like, "No, he just wants to look around.
No.
He just likes looking." And they're like, "Okay, weird, but whatever." Anyway, so he came to Surrey, Vancouver, basically. He came where I am.
Yeah.
Did that a couple weeks ago. And I don't have stuff for him to do, right? Like it's not like it's like, oh, let me, you know, I don't know, take you to the museum or some shit like it. But so I'm like, hey, you want to go to the supermarket? He's like, sure. So we go there, and he just looks around, like he looks at how they're stocking the shelves, you know, and things like that.
Right.
Because that's what he likes.
Yeah. I've met your dad once, and it was many years ago, and it still ranks among the most awkward encounters I've ever had with anyone ever. Like, oh, okay.
I don't think I was even there when you met him, right? Like, you know, the one
No,
that
you were not.
Yeah, I think I know the scenario you're talking about.
Yeah. No. That made it more awkward, but I don't think anything could have made it less awkward.
So Desi is dark energy, something. Oh yeah, you want to say something?
Ask, did
Go
you
ahead.
have a good visit?
I guess, I don't know.
Great. Okay, good. Conversation topic.
There's that stereotype, right? Like when guys hang out and then women ask about it.
Right. Yeah.
They're like, you know, like, so how long have you been friends? You know, like 20 years. And he's what's his job?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know. You know,
right.
Is he married? It's like, I don't know.
Is he married? Yeah. Kids? Yeah.
So yeah, my dad, right? I've known him for a long time, my dad.
Yeah.
But yes, like, you know, did he have a good time? Like, I don't know.
You've known him for a long time.
How would I know?
I don't know. Yeah. Sounds right.
Desi. Dark energy, I don't know. Question mark.
Okay.
It's a satellite thing, right? That looks for dark energy.
Okay.
We talked about a couple of times on this stream.
I believe you.
And I told you those other times that so there's like I'm trying to think how much history I want to go for, how much context background. Before Einstein, I guess there was various theories about the universe. One that said it was eternal, right? Like it was always like this. Nothing ever changed. Around Einstein's time, he went back and forth between thinking maybe the universe is expanding and versus maybe it's static. That's the cosmological constant thing. The thing he said was his biggest mistake or whatever. I think, I don't know the history exactly, but I think Einstein added the cosmological constant to his equation, and then he says, "Oh, it's not. It's not needed like that." And so he says his greatest mistake was adding it, but turns out it is needed, because if you don't have it, then the universe is static. You would need it to model for your model to predict the universe expanding, and then when we look, we see the universe is expanding. So we do need the cosmological constant.
Good thing we have it.
Yeah. When I say need, it just means like, or else your model makes the wrong predictions, right? Like it's not. I don't know. Like, I think maybe lay people who are not used to science might have a different interpretation of what it means to need it, but but that's what it means to say we need it. Anyway, so we're like, okay, the universe is expanding, but we were still unsure. Like, maybe let me use paint. Actually, I think it's better because I'm going to draw graphs. We were still unsure if it was expanding but decelerating. So like this is the size of the universe. So at time 0, it has size 0, right? And then at time now, it's big, right? Basically.
This is an amazing graph.
So one possibility is it's just expanding at a fixed rate, right? Like it just keeps growing forever, right? Another possibility is it's expanding, but it's slowing down. And I guess you could have this like sort of this model where it will keep expanding, but it keeps slowing down. And then there's another model where it's slowing down and then eventually retract, and then we have this hypothesis with the big crunch, right? The universe will eventually shrink back down and then collapse into itself. And another possibility is that it's expanding and the expansion is accelerating.
Okay.
So around when I was growing up, I guess, and this might date me, around when I was growing up, we didn't know which of these was true. We knew the universe was expanding, but we didn't know, was it accelerating, decelerating, or whatever, right? Like, or constant. So we knew that the velocity was positive, but we didn't know the value of the acceleration. Was it a positive acceleration or was it a negative acceleration, meaning deceleration and so on? Anyway, so we've been observing.
Can't believe you're that old, but all right.
Yeah, we have Deci and so on. And so I told you that like there's the standard model of cosmology, which, you know, the thing that the consensus, I guess, amongst the scientists. And as the data from Deci was coming in, we start to say, oh, the model might be wrong.
Right.
Because what happens is, as we gather data, we see how well it fits the predictions of the model, right? And I think it was like we were starting to see it was 3 standard deviations off from what the model predicted, which is like, it's weird, but
Now
it's not
this conversation
impossible.
is sounding.
Yeah.
Now this conversation is sounding familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so we were saying like it's weird, but it's not impossible. You know, you can hit 3 standard deviations sometimes. It's not, but you know, we're getting nervous when we see 3 standard deviations. Anyway, more data came in, and now it's getting worse, right? And we say, okay, we do think our model is wrong, and we're gonna have to make changes. So all of this is stuff I've told you before. So you've known.
Yes.
Okay. So now here's the new thing that just came in. So we know it's. We know it's expanding, so the velocity is positive. We know it's accelerating, so we know the acceleration is positive. The thing we just found out is that it's jerking.
Oh.
So for people who do you know what that means? That is a physics term, so I was surprised that you know it's a bit of a niche physics term.
What does it mean in this context?
So you have this concept of position, right? Like something is somewhere. And if the position is changing over time, then we say it has velocity, right? It's moving. Right? You with me so far?
Yep.
Okay.
I have to sneeze.
Bless you. If the velocity is changing over time, we say it's accelerating, right? If the acceleration is changing over time, we say it's jerking.
Okay.
So we think the universe is jerking now. That's the new hypothesis. Not only is the universe expansion of the universe accelerating, but the rate of acceleration is changing over time.
And not consistently?
I don't know yet. I haven't. I don't know if anyone knows yet. I don't know if the data. I don't know, like, if we don't know or we do know, but I just haven't seen the data yet.
Gotcha. Is it? Do we have hypotheses as to why this might be happening?
I don't think so. I think this is all brand new. It's just like, you know, data. We just got the raw data basically. Now it's like, okay, now it's, you know, time to come up with a model, right, to explain it.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so that's fun. Now we can tell people that, you know, that the universe is jerking, and then you have to explain to them what does jerking mean, because
Right.
most people don't know that
And they're
term.
gonna ask us, like, what does this mean and what's causing it? And we're gonna be like, I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, it's more amusing, I think, that the word is, I guess, has like
Jerking.
lascivious connotations than like.
That's
That's the
the
fun part, right?
thing.
Not the fun part is like, okay, let's come up with a hypothesis to explain it. But who cares about that part?
Oh,
Nobody
no.
cares about that.
Yeah.
You just want
Right.
what we care about is we have the ability to say, you know, the universe is jerking with a straight face.
That's what I've always dreamed of.
All right, let me play this TikTok here. If I remember correctly, this TikTok is a little bit long and tedious, so I apologize for that in advance.
Okay.
But it's like it illustrates something that I wanted to discuss.
Okay.
So you remember this character? Not this guy, but the video game character.
Alright, so we need to come up with a game plan to defeat that big bug. I'm gonna poke it until it dies.
I got this.
You remember this enemy from Hollow Knight 1?
We're not doing that. We're not doing that. Strategy number 2. We're gonna poke it, and then when it hits us, we're gonna dodge. Okay. Jump attack. You gotta jump with it. And then... Okay, I got it. Fuck. I'm not letting that shit slide. I don't care if I fucking die. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm gonna pause here because like I think like that's a part I want to illustrate so far. But do you remember this enemy from Hollow Knight 1? No, but you sort of see the player figures out, right? He says like, okay, when the shockwave comes, you jump over it, you hit him, you back off, he slams his mace onto the ground, and then you step back and you hit him. So this is a puzzle fight, like that boxing game we played, right? Like
Right.
for every move this guy does, there is like a quote unquote obvious, like once you know the moveset, an obvious counter.
Yes.
Like there's like one optimal response, and it's not a complicated response, but there's an optimal response to every move the guy does. So it's just a matter of you watch what he's telegraphing. Like you see here, he's reeling up his mace, like, you know, like behind his head. He's like really winding up, right? So that's telling you that, you know, you have like, I don't know, half a second or a second of warning, right? Of like what's about to happen, and then you know what to do.
Yeah.
And I feel Silksong doesn't have that, right? The Silksong battles are not puzzle fights.
Right.
And I think that's part of why I'm like really frustrated with Silksong. Like I'm like, you know, like I'm playing, it's like a real fight in Silksong where like, you know, the enemies, because this enemy in Hollow Knight, he doesn't really react to what you do. Like if you walk up and you swing to hit him, it's not like he dodges or he backs up. He just, it's like he's an automaton. He just does his script regardless of what you do.
learn the code.
Yeah. Whereas in
It's
Silksong,
like a DD.
they're always like, you know, I walk up and swing and they back off, right, to dodge my swing, and it's like it's frustrating. It's like, wait, it's like fighting in real life instead of these puzzle fights in games. Yeah. And
Unacceptable.
yeah, I mean, so it's like a different genre game basically, right? Like
Yeah.
and so I think that's part of my frustration. I think I was playing Silksong with the expectation of like it's gonna be like Hollow Knight but better, right? But no, it's like it's like a different game basically, and so my expectation being foiled is part of, I think, what's frustrating me. Maybe if I had the right expectation going in, I wouldn't be as frustrated. I don't know.
Right.
But yeah, Doll Empress. You
I
remember
think
Doll Empress? She sent me this video, right?
do.
As like a meme. We send each other Silksong and Hollow Knight memes all the time. So she sent me this meme, and then while watching this video, I was instantly like, I gotta show this to Steph. It exactly illustrates the puzzle fight phenomenon and frustration that I've been having with Silksong.
Yeah. It does a good job of that.
Yeah. Sorry, you were gonna say something? I think I interrupted you.
Nope.
Okay. Next thing, this is also kind of it's a TikTok that's posted to Reddit, so it's both a TikTok and a Reddit post. So this is a post in the subreddit called "Collectible Spoons,"
Oh my god.
and
Been
what
so
did he
long
post?
since I checked out what they're
Spoon of the
doing.
Week, episode 15.
In this week's episode, we have a fascinating piece of Dutch military and manufacturing history. This is a vintage Dutch military souvenir or commemorative spoon representing the wheel riders, if I pronounce that right, of the bicycle infantry. So, the design and military context: from the front side, the soldier's profile. The figure is wearing a distinctive Dutch M27 or M.
It's a bit long, so I won't play the whole thing. It's like 3 minutes, 2 minutes 45, but he has a transcript down here. But I can't believe there's a
That's
Spoon of
amazing.
the Week TikTok. Yeah. And then
Number
they're
15.
and then they're cross-posting
Yeah.
it to collectible spoons.
Cross-posting it, right. Right.
This is awesome. This is great.
Their engagement.
This is so good.
It is really great. There's something very charming about them using
The subreddit.
the subreddit as advertised.
Yeah, as it was intended.
As it
Quote,
was
unquote.
intended.
Here's the thing.
Right.
So for people that know, like Steph and I, we create this subreddit as a joke, right? Because as the
Yeah.
most niche, like nobody would ever give a shit about this. But people have been using the subreddit. It's just the funniest. It's crazy.
That's amazing.
Like I don't go around advertising it either, right? I don't say like, "Hey, join my
No.
subreddit." It's like, I could start, and then
Yeah.
I never touch it
No.
again because because I'm not even into collectible spoons, like so. It's like I don't go around looking for collectible spoons to post onto it or anything like that, or talk to people about it. But every now and then I get like I'll browse. The thing is, I'm not even interested enough to browse that subreddit. What I do is I'll browse Reddit as a whole, and they pick. I don't know what the algorithm is, but they pick random subreddits to show you, right, that you're subscribed to.
Right.
And I'm subscribed to this one, so every now and then it'll show like, hey, there's a post on collectible spoons, and
That you might be interested in. Yeah.
because you're subscribed, so surely you're interested.
Yeah. Right.
And then
I got a notification today that I got it from ResearchGate, and it was like, people are reading your work. And I was like, my what? No. Like, what are you talking about? And so I had to check it out, and it literally was like, oh, your research has gone from 0 views to 1 view. And I was like, what is that about? And it's a book review that I wrote in 2003. I was asked to like review like some psychology book
okay,
on
yeah,
the biological bases of gender, and someone somehow, in a way that ResearchGate keeps track of, has read that book review,
nice.
and I got notified that someone has read it in the last 23 years.
So it was worth, right? Is what you're saying. It was all worth it in the end.
Totally worth it. Like the dream is alive, man. I wrote it like before the internet existed. Pretty amazing.
All right, that's all I got for just chatting. Yeah, anything?
I have a thing.
Okay, let's hear it.
Yes. One of my things is that I have, like, you know how I'm not sure if I qualify as having like whatever aphantasia is or not?
Yeah.
So my dreams are massively more visually and even auditorially vivid on NyQuil.
Okay, I
Like
think I've
on
heard
NyQuil,
of similar effects.
I did not know that. I was just like, my dream included sound, which has never happened in my entire life ever. Like not like a lot of sound, but like a doorbell.
Yeah.
And like very visually clear dreams. Not like interesting dreams or anything. Just all
But
of a
yes, but
sudden.
now you can tell that like you don't have aphantasia,
That's
at
not
least while
what
on
they-
NyQuil.
Right. At least not on NyQuil, exactly. Like it makes me think like, oh wow, my dreams were very non-vivid. They're like kind of like
Yes.
semi-visual, semi-verbal. just kind of an impression of things. But on NyQuil, they're like, it's like a movie.
Yeah.
It's bizarre. Yeah. So I have that piece of information. And then also, I was reading a book and I came across a passage, and for some reason, I just found it funny, and I wanted to read to you.
Okay, let's hear it.
Okay, this is about a guy who has a childhood friend who gets paid to stream video games.
Okay. What a weird
And
concept.
yeah, and the guy who's the narrator says, "You may think this is a charmed life, being paid and handsomely to play video games and talk about them, but prop your phone up on your desk and try to record yourself for even 10 minutes. Do it now. Talk about whatever's on your mind. Now play it back. You suck. You're not funny and you look like a murderer. What you have just recorded has all the grace and wit of a ransom video. Your voice is awful. You sound like a complete stranger's most boring in-law. Now imagine doing that for 4 hours at a time. I don't think this is for you."
It's true though. Like, I mean, it's tough with
Yeah.
especially my early
It's
work.
so yeah, right.
Um,
You 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 sound awful and you look like a murderer.
I mean, so
You
like,
sound like a complete stranger's most boring in-law.
yeah, I mean, so I think that's one of the reasons VTubing is popular, right? It's like, so you don't want to
Right.
care about making yourself presentable.
Right.
So you can avoid that whole murder thing. But like, it's just like
Right.
finding things to talk about is tough, and it's
Yeah.
just like over the years, I guess I've practiced that. And I don't know that I'm
Yeah.
that great at it. I still have moments where I just become silent because I can't think of anything to talk about. But
Right,
to
and
me, that's
the
the
passage goes on to say that, like, where it's actually a strange skill that's unique that some
yes,
people
I do. I believe that.
have. Yeah.
Well, I mean, like have
Just
like it like I don't there's that whole
or
what
cultivate.
innate versus learning thing,
Right.
right? Like I think you can
Right.
develop it, and I don't think I'm like I've developed it. I don't think I'm great at it, but I'm better than people who haven't practiced, right? So
Right.
um,
I guess I should say it's sort of like acting, right? Like maybe
is it like acting? I
good
don't
actors
know.
are born, or maybe
Oh,
they learn it
it's like that
maybe
in
from
that
a
sense, yeah,
craft, right?
right.
Yeah. Like, is it innate? I don't know.
Well, I mean, like it probably almost every skill is some combination, right, of the two.
There's some G in there. Yeah.
And then you can like if you have innate, then you don't have to rely as much on practice, and if you don't have innate, then you do have to rely more on practice. But like,
Right.
and then the elite people are probably the people who have both, right? And etc.
Yeah.
All the obvious observations you can make from that. Yeah.
All the obvious observations that we can make because we are streaming this
Right.
and we need to have something to talk about.
But yeah, no, I think
Those are my
on my Twitch, there's the very first few things I have. Actually, let me see if I can just pull it up, just because it's topical. And you can see, like, I'm struggling. I'm just trying to think, like, just keep talking,
Right.
just keep talking, and
Just say anything. Yeah.
yeah. Where the
Like
heck?
an improv class.
Yeah. Why can't I find my stuff? Is it here? Oh, here, videos. All videos. How do I see like my very, very oldest stuff? I know it's Cuphead. Oh yeah, here we go. Cuphead stuff. So here, like you see 8 years ago, I guess that's when I started. I probably started a bit earlier, but I didn't start like recording clips until like, so some of this stuff is lost of time.
Right.
But
You just died.
it's very loud. Sorry. Let me try. I don't even have a VTubing. I don't have any presence on the screen. There's no camera. There's no VTuber.
I'm assuming, yeah, I'm assuming the bells can't actually hurt you. Am I cheating this? Like, I'm trying to kill him without triggering his, like, aggro animation. Yes. The answer is yes, you can cheese that. So now we'll never know what that guy does.
And yeah, so it's just like stream of consciousness, right? Like I'm saying, here's what I'm thinking. How
Right.
am I going to beat this enemy? How am I going to beat this game? At this point, I think so. The title is I want to eat soft pretzels. So I guess I see this enemy and it reminds me of how much I love soft pretzels. You remember I used to talk to you about soft pretzels?
You did used to, yes. It's true. Why?
Because I
Why
like
did
soft
that come up
pretzels.
so often?
Other guys, please
Okay.
don't try that.
Fantastic.
What the fuck is that? I guess that's supposed to be an uninflated balloon or something like that. Oh no, it's something because like that. Is it like fizzy liquid or something? I don't know what that. Oh, maybe it's like ketchup mustard relish. Maybe that's what. Yeah, that's probably what it's supposed to be. Because we got these pretzels here too. Little personal anecdote. Oh, is it like coming out of the hot dog? Like just, I thought, there'd be a hot dog and then like behind it there'd be like these 3 squirt bottles or something like that.
Anyway, I won't torture you guys any further with this, but that's it, right? So the thing, like especially starting off, you don't have viewers, so it's easier if you have a viewer because they're typing something in chat and you respond. They ask a question or you say something, you respond to that. You don't have any of that, so you're just talking into the void. And psychologically, it's I don't know if distressing is the right word, but like there's this thing of like you feel like you're a crazy person because you're talking and nobody is listening, but you have to just keep talking anyway because there's like the Twitch viewer meter, like when you're streaming it shows how many people are watching, but it's delayed and it's a little bit inaccurate, it's noisy. So even though it says like if it says 0 like right now, there might actually be 1 person watching, like and it hasn't updated yet. But if you're silent, they're just gonna leave. They're gonna be like, oh, this guy, it's boring, I'm leaving.
Yeah.
You have to talk while it's 0 because there might be somebody there, and then maybe what you say will pique their interest enough that they will start a conversation with you.
Yeah.
So it's not for everybody. It's tough. It's a tough.
I watch like some ASMR videos, and then like if you watch those every now and then, you'll get videos of someone who clearly is just starting.
Yeah.
And it's like as cringy as ASMR videos can be, it is super unpleasant to listen to someone who is just starting.
Rough.
It's like, oh, right. This, like, what I'm hearing is actually the most skilled,
Yeah.
Like, it's kind of fascinating. It's like, oh, right. It is really hard to just go out there and kind of talk freeform and not, especially when they don't get a live response.
Right.
I do a lot of my presentations over Zoom, and so I don't get any audience presence. I can't see anybody in the audience. Like I know there's people there, but I can't see them or interact with them. Or sometimes I'm recording it beforehand and there literally is nobody watching live, and it's just very unnerving.
Yeah.
I guess that's kind of, we were talking last time about whether or not you'll still want to learn when
AI
can give you all the answers. And there's something similar about this in my mind, that like talking to an audience that's not really there. There's something deeply unsettling to us when we're doing something that our brains is telling us is social, and yet we're not getting social feedback. Like there's something kind of distressing about it.
There was this other I don't know what to call it. Hypotheses might be too strong a word. It was basically the idea that at some point, like a possibility, a possible future, but no one was saying like it's probable. They're just saying it's possible, right? And the idea is that you would have a social network like Facebook or whatever, but it's all AI, right? By choice, like not because you're being tricked. Well, I mean, it gets fuzzy if you're being tricked. But the idea is like it's effort to make friends as a human, right? So it'd be nice, like a company might sell you a product of like these are intelligent, emotionally intelligent, interesting people, virtual people, AIs that want to hang out with you and they want to talk to you about the things you're interested in talking about, and you can sort of see the appeal of that, right? Like and so then. But then, so you imagine you're opening up something like Facebook, right, or Discord or whatever, however it is that you socialize with people online, and like all the people on your friends list are all AIs, and you talk with them, and they talk back to you, and you and it's just so this is like So how do you feel about that? It's a little distressing,
does
right? Like
that
it's like
mean? Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. I just remembered I took this screenshot from a stream I did with Doll Empress, which also means I think this will
Okay.
be the first time you'll see what Doll Empress looks like.
Okay.
So
Sweet.
here she is. And the reason I took it is because you were asking about accessibility, right? This is a game we're playing, Doll and I, and it has a
Yeah.
colorblind mode. And then I guess this is to test, like, which one is the clearest to you.
Wow.
Because there's different types of color blindness, right? There's like the 2
Right.
cones or the 3 cones or whatever, and so when I saw this, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta show this to Steph.
That's kind of cool.
So this is like I also told you, like, we had the discussion a while ago. You were asking about accessibility stuff, and I said like most games don't do much, and so this is pretty progressive. Like this is one of the most
Right.
significant efforts I've seen. So there's the colorblind mode here. If you look at the options, it says general colorblind mode on off, and then like you can test what it looks like to see what's visible to you, and then they also put difficulty here. Like you play as chickens basically. So you say I want my chickens to be invincible. I want to have skills. It's like each chicken has a different skill. Like one can throw toasters or something like that. But they're supposed to be like a limited use. But you say I just want to have unlimited use.
Like that's just normal. Like one can throw toasters.
Yeah, like I'm just giving
You
examples.
have chickens and they're invincible heroes, and one can throw a toaster.
The other one can like become invisible temporarily. Things like that. Like they have these.
Right.
And so this is
Now
like
they're not single use.
Yeah, so they put this under accessibility. I think traditionally, meaning like before, I don't know, maybe before the 2000s, we wouldn't have called this accessibility. We would have just called it difficulty options.
Right.
But I guess the theory here is we don't know why you might want these. It could be because you're bad at the game, and that's one thing. But it could be because you only have one hand, for example, or something like that, right? And so it's harder for you to press certain button combinations, and so maybe you'll find these useful. And so
yeah.
But yeah, so this is a lot of effort, I think, because the thing is, once you have these mode like unlimited skills, invisible chickens, you can sort of break the game in terms of balance, right? Like the game isn't fun anymore. Like it's just too easy or it's too trivial.
Right.
And I think labeling it as accessibility sort of helps with that, because then the player might say, oh, this is not for me, right? And so I'm not going to turn it on, type of thing. What I don't know, I'm trying to be sensitive about this, but like what I'm getting at is there's this quote from a famous video game designer who said that the player will use, I forget the exact wording, but basically they will optimize the fun out of the game if you give them the possibility of doing so. Like if you give them a strategy that is not fun but gets like a lot of points or whatever, they will do it.
Yeah.
So you have to not make that strategy available to them, or else they'll do it and then they'll complain that your game sucks because it's not fun. Whereas like you would scream at them, so just don't do that. Like play the game the way it was intended to be played. There was an example that came up at TikTok. On TikTok, there's a lot of game developers who indie game developers who talk about their games on TikTok, like as they're developing it, like devlog, like to sort of as an advertising, but also because people find it interesting and so on. So he was talking about like he's making a game where you take pictures of birds for and you get points basically. And he was saying like, hey, what one player figure out is if you can just stand at one bird and just take pictures of the same bird over and over and over again, right? And then like rack up all the points that way. So that's an example of that.
God.
Yeah. Instead of what you're supposed to be doing is going around taking pictures of different birds, right? And then you get points for But if the player's like, oh, like the game is signaling to me that I'm winning because I see my points go up, right? So I'm gonna do this. Like this is the most efficient way of getting the most points.
Wow.
But yeah, so I'm saying just labeling it as an accessibility thing, maybe that's one way of addressing that issue, right? Like because otherwise the player would say, well, here's the universe of all strategies that are available to me. One strategy is I'll make my chickens invincible, I'll have unlimited skills, and then I can beat the game, And then they won't find it fun and then say, wow, your game sucks.
And so do you think this helps the or hurts?
I think if you do this, so like doing this before was risky because players would just turn it on and then beat the game and say your game sucks. But now,
Gotcha.
by putting it under the label of accessibility, I think that causes players to not turn it on by default. Like it's again, I'm trying to be sensitive, but I think there's like this perception of if you don't have a accessibility issue, you shouldn't use these features. In the same way that like you shouldn't park in the handicap spot if you don't have a handicap, you know?
Gotcha. So people will say like, "Oh, I am kind of
I'm like a normal gamer or a pro gamer or whatever, you know, like skilled and
right."
I don't what's the word for like able-bodied? I don't cis. I don't know what the politically correct term is, but like
Right.
they say like I'm
So
one
I
of those
shouldn't
guys.
use these.
So yeah, so I'm
Right.
not going to use this.
Okay.
Gracious says, "Hey Nebu, hi Steph. Hey Gracious, welcome in."
Hey.
Is there anything else? I think that's it. That's all I got. So should we move on to the game?
Sure.
So the game,
we're making financial choices.
yeah, the game for today is financial freedom, and I'll give you. I'll say right off. Well, here, let me read the story description. Why can't games teach as much as books? I read 50 business books and trainings and made a short, funny game about businessman's journey. Follow the story from a factory worker to a millionaire. That's the store description of the game, basically.
Okay.
And I'll tell you right off the bat, I have a prior, right? Which is like I haven't read 50, but I've read a bunch of financial books because it's a topic that I'm interested in generally. And most of them aren't that good, I find. Like a lot of them, and I think it's not just financial, I think it's self-help in general. There's a lot of like what's a confidence game is the term? I don't know. Like the author needs to sound confident or else you won't think their book actually works. And I think they overstepped often. They're more confident than they should be. But there's like a market pressure that like if you don't sound that confident, your book isn't going to do well, right? So it's like not entirely their fault, quote unquote, because of the market pressures. But it does mean that I find most self-help books and which I haven't read that many, but most self-help books I've read are financial self-help books, and I say most of them are not that good, I find. So I am going into this game a little bit like skeptical. I guess I'll say that.
Okay.
So let's load it up.
I am going into this game expecting to achieve financial freedom.
Hello, thank you for playing Financial Freedom. This is a story-based game that conveys popular knowledge. Yeah, E is, I think, press E to continue the dialogue. Conveys popular knowledge
I was
from...
just reading that part for you.
Thank you. From business books in a more interesting and fun format. You will learn the story of a factory worker who decided to build his own business and face various ups and downs along the way. I tried to collect different tips from different people, so it's okay if some of the tips don't suit you. Just try to find something valuable for yourself in this little game. I hope you enjoy it. Hypno. They're showing all this nonsense on TV again. Damn corporations. It's a fancy looking mobile home with the caterpillar and like 6 of them, I guess.
If you could make this, that'd be pretty cool.
There's a construction worker. Hey, glad to see you. Today's your last day, right? It's a shame you're leaving. It's fun chatting with you on shift. Oh, like everybody looks like this big burly man and I'm like this skinny nerd.
Yeah.
Don't bother me. I've had sleepless nights and a sleepless life. I took a bag with me as a pillow. Maybe I'll be able to take a nap somewhere.
What?
We'll be there soon.
Okay.
Gotcha. Ah! Yo, buddy, I didn't even notice you. I remember your contract ends today, right? To start a new life? Haha. I guess. I don't know what I'm going to do. Oh, I just noticed in the top right corner it says arriving in certain number of meters. So if I didn't talk to everybody quickly, I would have missed all this conversation. So now what? I want to sleep, but I need to work. Do you want a joke? Sure. Me too. Ha 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 ha. Your free time when you're in the city, come find me. I'll be on the roof looking at the sea. I have an idea. How am I supposed to find you? I'll be on the east side, just above the bridge. You'll see. Another crazy idea? Okay, fine. Is this where I'm supposed to stand to do my factory work? Don't bother me, buddy. Today's your last day on the job, not mine. I don't want management giving me another hard time. I guess I'm supposed to stand here and do something. I think that's what this indicates. This is supposed to indicate. Time left in shift 12 hours? Oh gosh. I don't even know what I'm supposed to do. Like, what's my job?
Something with bottles.
Yeah,
You
like
have
sort
0
them
of
or something like
20 of
that?
them. Yeah, I think so.
So is that a bottle? The Coke bottle? Because it doesn't look like the picture.
Yeah.
And then what do I
That's
do?
bottle.
Do I punch it or what?
I think you grab it.
Collect 20 bottles for pressing E. Okay. Okay, so we're sorting garbage. I see. So I'm responsible for getting the bottles. I guess they're responsible for getting other things. And then highlights for you so you know what counts as a bottle.
Is this what's in the business books that you've read?
I think this is it's in the writing advice books that I've read. Or it's more like a writing advice videos, I guess. With the guy who gave advice on writing a story, it says you need to establish what the norm is so that you can break it later on.
Okay.
Yeah, like. So this is your everyday life. Skip. Yeah, let's skip. 12 hours later. Hello, Mr. Cat. Meow meow. How are you doing? How's life, bro? Meow. I'm happy for you. I just finished my last day of work at the plant. On the one hand, it's great because now I have a lot of free time, but on the other hand, I probably won't be invited to take another shift because there are so many people interested. Meow. Yes, Mr. Cat, I made enough money to last us the rest of our lives. Really? Off from factory work? He doesn't look that old.
Achieve financial freedom.
If, of course, we died before tomorrow evening. But no need to worry. We'll think of something, but right now I really want to sleep. How about playing on my computer? Oh, Half-Life 3. Browser. Best classified boards? Chrysler. Prawn. Knowledge cards. Mr. Bin. Wishlist. Oh, that opens wishlist in real life on my computer, on my real life computer, to purchase this game. Okay, shut off computer, I guess.
Oh.
12 hours later.
See, finally a realistic game. You gotta sleep for 12 hours. Ah, you scared me, Mr. Cat. Good morning to you too. I've been so tired at work these days that even after sleep I feel tired. I need to get some rest. How do I relax? Well, I need to treat myself to something. Lift my spirits. Relax, you know. Oh, I've got an idea. I'll watch TV. I got about 30 bucks, it seems. Look at those stonks.
This is the police. We have you surrounded.
What is that? A baboon that's like
I don't know.
Covered
It
in
seemed
blood?
bad.
Yeah, right. That really lifted my spirits. Watching the baboon and breaking news, the bloody baboon. Now I have absolutely nothing to do, and they say that moments of solitude can be the most important in our lives. And what's important about that? I don't know why I live. I don't want to start trash. Oh, sorry. I don't want to sort trash again. I want something more. Do you hear me, universe? Ah, what happened? What is this? Someone broke my window with a brick? But how? I live on a pretty high floor. Wait a minute. That's not a brick. It's some kind of book. What will it say? An advertisement for new windows? Heh, yeah. The book is called Financial Freedom. It's relevant and the delivery is convenient. Although actually it's scary. So about the author. Preface? Now, if you want to become successful, you only need to... Is that the DeLorean? Ooh. Who are you? What are you doing in my apartment? Is this me from the future? I am the author of this book. Ooh, okay, it's not me from the future. Unless I am the author. What a plot twist, right? Author? But how did you get here? Because I'm not real, I'm just in your imagination. You see, when you read a book, it's like having a conversation with its author. I'm here only metaphorically to help you change your life for the better. Got it? Or should I punch you in the face? Understood.
What?
This is actually pretty cool. I always thought I was capable of so much more. But what should I do? To become financially free, you don't need to sell your time, but rather create sources of income that will generate profit whether you're currently working or not. Sounds convenient. How do I create something like this? Do I need some startup capital? You can do it this way if you want. And where am I supposed to get it? I was already poor, and now my job is gone. You ask a lot of questions. That's good, but now I want you to find the answers yourself. See you. Hey, where are you going? What should I do? Great. Just great. Maybe the answer is closer than I think? Is the answer on my computer? Or is it to go to sleep? No, it seems like the computer is the only interactable thing. The computer will be useful later. Oh, so it's not the computer. Wait, so then... My cabinet? Exactly, I can sell some of my things online. I don't know if that's just a great strategy.
Doesn't seem to fit with the strategy that he said of creating something that will earn money for you, whether you're working on your business or not.
Yeah. But I guess we'll sell all this stuff.
Okay.
Nice.
Won't we then use the money to buy new stuff?
Long live minimalism. Now I have some money to start my business and not have to go back to the factory. But tomorrow, it's been such a long day and it's late and I'm tired. Time to sleep.
Okay.
12 hours later.
Haha, you want to scare me again, right? So I'd wake up in panic? In vain, Mr. Cat, in vain! I'm already alert and full of energy, and I'm worried what awaits me today. Wait, did the cat just fly off into infinity? Oh, there he comes back. I've already raised my SERP capital, and I'm ready to jump headfirst into the world of big business, yo! So how do I do that? Oh, I leave the house is how I do that, apparently.
Do we look for our friend on the east side?
Which side is the east side?
The side to the east. Oh god, what are you doing?
I'm
Are
jumping.
you standing on top of the pumps?
I don't know. Welcome to Puck Walk.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Thank you.
see... Because I see there's an object up here,
Yeah,
right?
there's a guy up there.
So I'm trying to figure out...
Oh, I see.
Oh, that's how you get up there, I guess. Strategist's diary? If you're running really late for your flight and the ticket agent is rude to you, you won't waste time arguing with her. You're already late. When there's a goal, it's, that weird woman isn't for me today. When you see someone arguing with the cashier at the checkout, cutting someone off in traffic, taking revenge on someone, etc., it's an indication that they don't have a greater purpose in life. Okay. Good afternoon. Are you a merchant? Hey, kid. Yes, I am a street merchant. And how much is one street now? I don't sell streets. I sell on them. Then I want to buy some interesting product wholesale. What do you have? We got tablets, MP3 players, VR headsets. Ooh, do you have anything cheaper? Flash drives are available. I'm buying flash drives. Great. Need delivery? That would be wonderful. Okay, thank you for your purchase. Dams will be delivered to your home soon. I don't know if we've really thought through this business plan. You're just gonna buy flash drives and hope we can sell them?
Look, first you ask how much it is. I'm not sure what step 2 is, but I know what step 1 is.
Diary of a Genius. Success is achieved through strength. Weakness can be overcome, for example, through partnerships. A brilliant artist will be remembered for his creative abilities and no one will care about his physical strength. Okay.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Developer's Diary. I used to have a constant problem with motivation. In my opinion, the most important thing in business is to be happy. There's a lot of advice out there to increase your chances of success, but none of it made sense to me when I was working solely for the money. My motivation only really took off when I asked myself, what am I willing to create, even for free? Or, if I lived in a perfect world where everyone had access to everything, what would I happily do every day? That's pretty standard, what's it called? Career advice? Like high school counselor? What do you call it? You know, when you go to the
Like a guidance counselor?
yeah, the guidance counselor, and they're supposed to help you find a job, and so they always ask you, what would you do if, for free? Because I guess the implication is you should do that as your job.
Despite the fact that the very question suggests it probably doesn't pay.
Yeah. So you tell them I would, play video games for free.
Yeah.
And then they say like, why
They're
don't you
like,
become
that's not a real job.
Or they say back when I was in when I was in high school, they said that's not a real job. Nowadays they say, oh, you could become a streamer then, right? But then like 99% of streamers don't make like more than $100 a year. So
yeah. Right.
Oh, I pushed him off the roof. Hi, what a horror, I pushed him off the roof. I didn't mean to, I was just trying to talk. I need to check if he's alive. I guess we better go check if he's alive. But first let's ride this UFO. Who the heck are these guys?
Meant to be funny, do you think?
I think so. Starve Diary.
Not
Money.
educational.
I mean, I think it's trying to hit multiple targets.
I mean, okay.
Money is made on trends. Most successful people who started from the very bottom made their capital because they were the first to launch a business in a niche where demand was just beginning to grow and they were able to establish themselves there. In an increasingly popular niche, attracting customers typically requires less effort than in traditional niche. It's easier to get started and the market may be more forgiving of your mistakes. Yeah, the thing, so this is one of those things, like it's a common business advice, I think, what he's saying. Or else all these sounding hurt and unfair, clearly angry about something and possibly hungry. It's called first mover advantage, right? The idea is if you're the first to market, you have some advantage, I guess. That's what I think that last quote is getting at. But it's not universally true, right? Like there's a lot of the big companies are like the second or third ones to do something.
Right.
Like Microsoft, there were OS companies before Microsoft. There were online bookstores before Amazon, and there were social networks before Facebook. There were search engines before Google. So it's commonly cited advice, but I don't think it's accurate advice. And that's the general problem I have with these self-help books, I think, is that they cite commonly cited advice, but there's no evidence that the advice they give is true, right? Like they don't show like peer-reviewed, random controlled trials or whatever. They just say what's commonly cited, I think.
I think that's why I was trying to figure out, like, is this book actually, or is this game actually trying to teach you that, or is it being like a parody of
my current prior is that it's sincere. I think the game developer read financial advice book and is trying to translate that to the medium of games.
Okay.
That's my. I mean, maybe we'll see things that give me, update my beliefs.
Okay.
He's not moving. Wait a minute. It's just a mannequin in a suit. Who left it on the roof and why? And most importantly, for what? That's the most important. The for what?
Yep, that's the most important question.
It's not the safest area. They say someone lives underground here, but I like it here. You play the guitar great. Nods with a smile. Throws $1. What? I can't afford that. Are you kidding me? Hey, did you happen to see that? I got distracted by the rat that just ran by. Did you happen to see that big weird guy standing there on the right? He's like he's guarding something. I've been sitting here for a long time. My memory's been failing me. Maybe for $1 I can remember something now. What? I gave him $1. What is this? This is supposed to be a game where you save money. Yeah, I remember. He's standing on some kind of hatch guarding the entrance, and also raises his eyebrow twice. Gives in there $1. Sometimes a scientist comes in there, or rather two. Sometimes a young one, sometimes an old one. Raises one eyebrow. Gives in $1. I don't know anything else. That's what I thought. Okay, good luck to you anyway. Hi, what are you doing here? How are you doing? What are you standing on? I'm guarding a secret entrance to the lab. I mean, I'm just standing here, that's all. There's nothing here. Go away. But if you find out the password, then come back. But there's still nothing here. Sleep standing up and mutters in his sleep. Bridge. We are building a bridge. Coming soon. Poor guy works 2 jobs. I don't think I could do that. We're building a bridge. Please step aside. Don't interfere with the professionals. I learned construction in the Age of Empires. There's a game called Age of Empires, so I guess that's a reference to. I talked to skateboarding.
Good. I want my bridge builders to have learned all their skills from a video game.
Got it. I got the rat. Squeak. What a big rat. Wait a minute. What's that you have? I hope it's money. A coupon for a free walk? Advertising on rats is something new. Well, why not? I need to go to the Pock Walk restaurant. Careful, dude. I am Speed. Wait, can I get more coupons? Hi, what are you doing here? How are you... Wait, I'm talking to the guy. Gosh, I was trying to get the rat. No, I guess you can't get the rat twice. Get tested. Oh yeah, I've been trying to get a freaking... I didn't know this. Apparently, there's a doctor shortage in Surrey. Maybe all of Canada. I don't know.
Oh wow.
So I moved to Surrey, I guess in February-ish, late February, early March, and I saw online it says it'll take 3. You have to live here 3 months before you can get medical health insurance from the government. So I'm waiting, right? And then I got it now. It's been 3 months. So I have my health card, and then and I'm put on the list, the waiting list for. There's a governmental waiting list. You sign up, and then when a family doctor becomes available, they'll contact you, and then you get assigned one.
Wow.
So I mean, I'm okay, if it takes about 3 months, that's when I get my card, so it'll all work out, right? So I get the card, but then I'm calling around different clinics, right? Because I have my antidepressant meds, and I'm running out. I only had about a month supply, 1 or 2 months supply when I got to Surrey. So I would run out before the 3 months, but I was it's not a huge deal. For some people, it's a huge deal. So I don't want people to extrapolate from my experience. But my specific personal experience is that I don't feel like these meds do anything. So whether I take them or not, who cares? But better to take them than not take them, I guess? ? So I'm trying to contact these doctors to renew my prescription, and I'm having trouble finding one. So I finally went on Reddit, on the Surrey subreddit, basically, right? And I'm looking around and it says hey, how long are you on the waiting list before you get a doctor? And one guy said 2.5 years.
Jesus.
And then the guy replying to him says, "You're the first person I know who got one." Yeah, it's wait, what? This is how it works? What? So now
at least you got that card and you'll be ready.
Yeah. No, but now I'm thinking would it, because one of the reasons there's a couple, but one is because would not have had health insurance in the U.S., right? So I said, oh, so I can't get a doctor, right?
Right.
But now, like, like, wait,
Now it's like,
maybe it would have been easier to get a doctor in the U.S. with no health insurance than it would be to get one here in Surrey.
Jesus.
So yeah.
Can you do like a telehealth?
I don't know. So I did try one, but it went poorly, and I basically
Gotcha.
like the website I was using was like really really bad. Like the way they designed it is I can't send a doctor a message until the doctor sends me a message. So the doctor's like, hey, are you there? And then I say, hi, right? Like, as my message. And then I can't send a follow-up message to say, yes, I'm here, or whatever, right? Like it won't let me send a message now. It says, wait for your doctor to respond before you can send her a message.
Jesus.
And so it's this very painful, back and forth. Like, so for example, like, the doctor might ask me a question, I'll answer, and then I'll just remember. It's like, oh, like have you had nausea or something like that? I'm just making up an example, right?
Yeah.
And I'll say like no, and then I'll say, oh wait, last week I did, right? But I can't send that second message now, right? Because I can't send a message until the doctor sends me a message.
Good Lord. So it's like chatting with a bot?
No, I mean the doctor is human.
Well?
No, it's just that their permissions are too restrictive. They're not letting me. So the thing is, I have to be once I realize how it works, I have to be very careful, right? I have to make sure like everything I want to say is in that message, because I'm not going to be able to send a follow-up message.
But like, why are you texting with them? Why aren't you
it's a telehealth thing.
Over Zoom?
Oh, right, yeah, okay. So so when I signed up for telehealth thing, they're like it's actually by phone, right? They say enter your phone number, whatever. And,
Okay.
and then say, and so then it says appointment, like, at this day at 3 p.m. or whatever, they'll call you, right? So I'm waiting there, and there's no call, and it's like 15 minutes or something like that, and I'm waiting, right? So then I go on the website, and I'm like, and I'm trying to say like, why, hey, I'm waiting, but I am not getting a call. Yeah. And then so the doctor sends me a message saying, I tried calling you, but the number's not working. So then the doctor's like, so let's just do it here, right? Like. So I'm like, okay, but now now the website is like really painful, right? Anyway, so
Jesus.
So they're asking me about the medication. There's like, why are you taking it? What is it for? And all that. And then so I answered, and then the doctor's like, okay, fine, yeah, I'm satisfied. I'll send in the prescription, right?
Yeah.
And then just nothing happens. I never get the prescription.
Oh Christ.
So I'm trying to contact the website, right? Like.
Because you have to wait until they contact you.
No, like that's the thing. I can't talk to the doctor anymore because the session's closed.
Right.
And it's a third party thing, right? So it's like, so now I'm complaining to the website, not to the doctor, right? I'm complaining to the website. And anyway, so it's a whole thing. Anyway, it didn't work out. I didn't get the meds.
Yeah. Wow.
So you're asking about telehealth, so that's one story. I did look at a couple other options, but I forget why. Like I've been trying is my point, and it's been tough.
Yeah. Thanks.
The thing is, so the thing about this, it really makes me believe in capitalism and markets now. With this, because not only could I get a doctor in the U.S., but like I could get like there's this company called Zoom Care in the U.S. And they're like really good, I feel like. I mean, I don't know how good the quality of their doctor is. Maybe it's mediocre, but still mediocre is better than zero, I feel. The thing with Zoom Care is like you can get same day appointment like within an hour. Like you go on their website and they're like, yeah, we have availability, in 20 minutes and 30 minutes and 40 minutes, just pick a slot. And I just go and then and it was amazing. Like the first time I used Zoom Care in the US, I was like, why isn't we need this in Canada? This is so good. Like this is back.
You can only get help for a couple of things, but yeah.
But it's the things I need. Like it's the I'm worried I don't know what this is situations.
Right.
That's the situation where you want to see someone in 10 minutes, right? Like
yeah.
It was where you remember when I had like that the lump on my testicle basically, right? So this is where I'm like, I don't know what this is. I want to, I need to get it checked out. So like 10 minutes, I go there, they
Yeah.
look at it, and then they can say like, oh yeah, we'll refer to you as specialists. But then it's same day, right? Basically, in some case, like they just so I just go to the specialist and it's just it's amazing. Like once you have a market, that creates incentive for people to do the work.
Yeah.
Then people will do the work.
You should be making a game based on your knowledge
I
of healthcare financials.
I am making a game. It's not about financial healthcare.
Oh. Okay.
I mean, like I'm working, like I told you, I'm working on like 50 projects at the same time, right?
You are
Like,
working on a lot of projects.
let me show you some. Yes, I just this morning. Like I'm like the thing is I don't know. I don't have a background in accounting or anything like that, right? But I am working on a financial app, and so I'm encountering these
You did say that.
situations, and I don't know how to handle them always. So I'm learning too along the way. Like, so I have that friend, right, Sendrin. I mentioned him to you last time. He has a financial background, so I asked him about it, but he says he doesn't know because he doesn't have an accounting background, which is a separate thing, I guess, like accounting versus investing. So I asked him for advice and he didn't know the answer. But basically, I have the situation where I have statements from my financial institution, and they say like this is the statement for December, for example, and then they list all the transactions. And what I start noticing is sometimes there'll be transactions.
Because they're wrong.
Well, yeah, that's one thing. So I'm already working on that. But there's a separate thing, which is they have transactions that are not during the period that the statement is for. And
Amazing.
So then I'll be like, what do I do about that? And so my friend, he's telling me, yeah, there's this concept of posted date versus transaction date, and the transaction is like, I guess I don't know the official definition, but the way I mentally model it is, it's like when you go to a merchant and you do something like you buy a burger or whatever, the date that happens is the transaction date, and then at a later date, like the credit card company will update your balance, right, to say like because we like maybe 2 or 3 days later, and that's the posted date.
Yeah.
And the statement is only showing, it just has a column called date, right? And I guess that's the transaction date. But like, so here, like, this is a screenshot from my thing, which is, these are
All I can see is the game. Sorry.
There might be a delay, but I just showed it now. You should see like this browser window where
No, I just see the game paused.
okay. I don't know if you refresh the window, maybe you'll see.
Okay. Oh, okay, yeah.
So the way my financial app works is it's saying snapshot means it looks at what the statement said the beginning balance was, basically. So on 2025 12/31, it said that the beginning balance on your account is this much. And then ignore these two for now. Then it says, so then this is for investment account. So it's saying I bought some stock on this date. I deposit money into the account on this day. I withdrew money. I got interest on these dates and so on. And so these are in chronological order, right? So like first, here's the beginning balance. Then I did this. Then I did this. And I did this, and so on. Here's the thing. So then these are the transactions that said, like as part of the statement, it says, by the way, you also receive dividends on these dates. But these dates are before the starting date of the statement. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So when originally my app naively, what my app does is it runs through the transactions, like to compute what the running balance is, and then compares it to what the transaction says. And that's one of the reasons why I caught the error from the other guys, right? Because my calculation wasn't matching. But in this case, it was getting, again, it was like, oh, there's something wrong. It doesn't match. And I'm looking into why. And the reason why is because it says like, let's say I paid a dividend of $5, right? The stock gave me $5. Well, because like this is on the 23rd, it would have happened down here, right? Like, so it says I received $5. So let's say I had $100 in my account, right? Then I receive a dividend of $5, so it says I should have $105 at this point. Then the statement begins, and the statement says at opening you had $100. So right at the bottom it says, okay, there's a discrepancy here. I should have $105, but the statement says I have $100. Then when it goes through all the rest here, when it reaches the end, it says, the statement will also say, here's how much you had at the end of the statement, right? And then my calculation would say, well, I'm missing $5 now. And the problem is that this transaction was computed here, right? Like I gained $5 earlier than I expected. When it reaches a snapshot, it says, well, I should have $105, but the statement is saying I have $100. So that's weird. So I'll mark that down, but then I'll say I have $100. Then I buy stock, so maybe I'm down to $90. Then I receive a deposit. I mean, I'm up to $200. And then I get to the end. Once I add all these up, I get to, I don't know, $200 or something like that. But the statement says you should have $205 at this point. And again, it's like, wait, that's weird. And anyway, so I'm asking my friend, like, how do you model this? And he didn't know. So what I did is I just came up with something. I said, like, if a transaction is before the start of the date, just move it up to the earliest date that's within the transaction period, or the statement period. I mean, sorry, right? And then I show a little icon to flag that says these statements were moved in time. Hey CTL, welcome in. CTL says I learned more econ from games and school. Disclaimer: I never took an econ class. I did take an econ class, but I don't remember almost anything at all from it. Actually, it wasn't an econ class. I mean, I took an accounting class. I never learned economics in the formal classroom, but I did learn accounting, but I don't remember barely anything from it. And this also sort of, it touches upon something I've been thinking about, which is like when you have introductory courses, like accounting, right? Like for STEM students, because I was in a STEM program, right? Like a bachelor's of science or whatever. Yeah. If you're the author of that class, you're the professor who's deciding what material you're going to cover, you can optimize for two different goals, right? One is you're optimizing for the pathway on to becoming an accountant, right? Like you're taking an accounting class, I assume you want to become an accountant. So I'm going to teach you, the basics, which will be the building blocks, so that you can continue in your accountant training and learn. And I think this is what most universities do. But the other perspective is you're saying, well, you guys, like, this is an accounting class, but you guys don't want to become accountants. So rather than teaching you the building blocks to move on, I'm going to teach you like the core principles that, like, if you forget everything else, just remember these things, to be as useful to you as possible in life. And I don't know what that would be for accounting, but like for a physics class, a science class, it might be the concept of checking your units, right? Like if when it's called dimensional analysis. I guess that's a more technical term. The idea is like if you're expecting your answer to be a velocity, then you should be like, you should have some length divided by some time at somewhere in your formula, right? Like the units have to work out. That might be like, one of the things where if I were teaching a physics class for people who don't plan on becoming physics majors, like, just learn that, and then you will have already like retained way more useful information than you will ever have learned from any other physics course.
I think you're assuming that the point of classes is to teach things. I think Cretaceous made some comments that you might have missed.
Yeah, I was going to go back for that in a moment.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
But yeah, I was just thinking about that when I was doing this, because the thing, like CTL made me remember, I did take an accounting class, and I was just thinking about like how I don't remember anything from it. And I was wondering, like, if the teacher had focused on that, would something of like some underlying principle would have given me guidance on how to think about this problem that I'm encountering now.
Do you remember things from any of your classes?
I think so. Like a pure science for sure, certainly. I took Greek at one point, and I remember how to say Greek in Greek. Elenikas is how you say it. That's also one of the things that I find very interesting, which is like, how do you end up in situations where your language's name for a language or a country isn't that languages or a country's name for that? Like, Nihon and Japanese, right? Like, where the hell did Japanese come from? Like, what? It doesn't sound anything like Nihon. Where the hell did Greece come from, or Greek? It doesn't sound anything like Elenikas.
Yeah, there's lots of TikToks to that effect
All right.
that explain the whole where all those words come from and why, and how there's different sorry, I'm sick, so I'm kind of fading. There's different names for how far removed things are from their own, what they would call themselves.
All right. Creature says, I am skeptical of Zoom calls or online appointments for anything. For example, doctor, psychologist, therapist, and other specialists, because how far deep can they diagnose you and how real is the connection relation one can have in terms of true diagnosis or deep diagnosis? I just question to what extent degree. So, I mean, like, when a like, I think a lot of what a doctor does is look at you to make a diagnosis of things. There are things like, they will, like, maybe they look at blood pressure, maybe they listen to your heart, but especially mental health. I think a lot of it is like what your eye movement, how are you dressed, do you respond when they talk to you, things like that. I don't know, Steph, what do you think?
It's an interesting question, right? Because they have shown that you definitely don't have as good of rapport with someone over telehealth. But the diagnoses don't seem to be any more or less accurate in most cases for things that you could, just test based on like obviously if somebody's having seizures, you're going to get a better diagnosis if you can get an EEG, right? Rather than just look at them over Zoom. But like assuming an office visit versus a telehealth visit, it seems to be about as accurate. And the data that we have on telemental health suggests similar outcomes as well. That being said, like doctors and psychologists are not especially accurate. We're all quite good on certain things, and not that great on anything
Yeah, I think
less common.
there's this perception, this misconception in the general public about how, what's the word, reified a lot of these diagnoses are.
Yeah,
Like
right,
like either you have it or you don't type of thing. Like you either you
right.
have ADHD or you don't, either you have autism or you don't. But it's a lot fuzzier, and so that's why like these people, lay people, might be surprised that a lot of it is just like, just look at the guy and see how he behaves,
Right.
and then make a judgment call, and
And
that's
they just kind of say
state
like,
of the
oh,
art.
sure.
That's literally,
Yeah, that's pretty much state of the art, exactly. And I think people also often think we have a whole lot of treatments when
yeah,
really we've got, medication and therapy and like telling people stuff they already know about their lifestyle that they should change. And like a lot of times people just say like, the for something like ADHD, the person just says, I don't know, like, do you want to try some stimulant medication? Like it's, it's about that scientific.
yeah,
And the person says like, I guess, and then like you give them the stimulant medication and then you ask later like, do you feel better? And the person's like, I think so, or no, I have these awful symptoms, side
yeah.
effects. And that's kind of like not that far of an exaggeration from state of the art. And it seems like you can do it either way. I'm like, I diagnose people for a living and much prefer to do it in person. Um, so I totally resonate with that idea of like, oh, I'm not sure how much I trust mental health, but telehealth, but the data coming in is like, I
It
don't know.
also, I mean, again, it depends on the condition, right? So there's
Right,
situations where, like, getting their heart rate is useful information for diagnosing something, and
right,
so then it's better, to be in person so that the doctor can directly measure your heart rate, for example.
right.
Or like if you have a lump or something like that, right? Like the doctor might want to like
They
feel
should
it
be
to
able to
see how
feel it.
tender it
Yeah.
is or something like that. Yeah. So, but I think like, so a lot of doctors just like they'll do things in terms of like getting information from you, but not let you know or not tell you that you're doing it. Because you get a more accurate reading if the person doesn't know, right, that they're being tested or measured in this way. That's one of the reasons, and so that's why a lot of, like, I think people underestimate how much of the information is just looking at the guy, and you can do that with a webcam. You can just look at him and see what they're like.
Also, a lot of things, like, you don't even really need to be that precise in terms of diagnosis, right? So if someone has like a rash, you don't necessarily need to accurately diagnose what kind it is. Like, a lot of people have rashes, and you're gonna kind of recommend the same treatment.
There's like,
And
you can treat the
in
symptom
most
rather than the
cases,
cause. And in some cases it matters, in some cases it doesn't matter. Like, it might be like, as long as the rash
a
goes
lot of
away,
cases
you're
it
fine,
doesn't,
with no matter
Right.
what.
It's kind of an interesting world. But I also have that like intuitive sense of distrust, so I resonate with that too.
Well, there's also, I guess there's this sense of like, what is the purpose of the doctor, right? Like,
Yeah.
like is rapport important? Like, one of the things.
Right.
And I guess I'm biased towards saying it's not important. Like, I don't care if I have rapport with my doctor as long as they cure whatever the element is, right, or whatever. But maybe some other people do think it's important.
It also probably depends on like how complicated what you're talking about is, how central to your identity it is, what your response to treatment has been in the past, like how your particular version of the placebo effect works. Like, there's lots of
It's also one of the things, I think, I'm just throwing it out there, is that I think people will have a knee-jerk reaction of thinking, well, this is one way that AI will never replace humans, right? And I want to counter that by saying the AI doctor might actually be better at rapport than the human doctor.
Right. People are certainly rating their AI doctors as more empathic.
Yeah. Creature says, just the idea of online appointments and paying for online professional help, whether it be doctors, therapists, counseling, psychology, I think in a modern world, all that seems like a quick fix for people rather than go physically or wait. They want a quick solution and when to pay, not have a physical appointment. Well, I mean, that presupposes that the going there physically is better in some way than online, right? And it's not clear that that's the case. In some cases it might be, like, so we mentioned, like, taking someone's heart rate or pulse or whatever, that might be an important piece of information, which is more easily done if you go there physically. But you can think of, by analogy, if you have a problem, with your bank account or your email account with Gmail, or like, I can't log into my Gmail for some reason. It's not clear that there's any benefit from going in person to the Google office, then calling someone on the phone and saying, hey, I can't log in my email, and then they type something on a computer and then say, oh, it's fixed now, now you can log in. Right? Like, there's no benefit to going in person to Google. And so is it clear that it's more important to go in person for mental health issues? Maybe not.
There is some really interesting work that's being done on receiving healthcare from a doctor as a form of conspicuous caring, like being seen working on your health and the doctor taking time to attend to your health, and the actual time taken by you and the doctor has some curative properties, that it's like part of the ritual, the human, like, it's kind of part of the placebo effect, I guess.
Yeah.
It's part of the healing effect.
Yes.
That like, receiving attention from a human who has to take time out of their day, and other people seeing you do it, and people seeing you working toward your health, that you are signaling things to your community about like how seriously you take your responsibility, how seriously you take your healthcare, how much help you need, that you're kind of signaling all sorts of things to your tribe, and that is really, really deeply wired in us. And so it's possible that even once AI is much more accurate at the medical piece, we'll still need that human conspicuous care, because we're just a fundamentally human species, and like things just won't work as well if other people can't see you taking that time and can't see someone else taking that time to work on your healing.
It's definitely a possibility, but it's also not a certainty, I think, because
It's not a certainty,
because
right?
we don't
It's interesting work, but
yeah, because I think we don't fully understand the mechanism through which this placebo effect happens.
right,
So it's possible that, for example, robot doctors might trigger that same placebo effect and do so better than human doctors again, again a
right. We don't
possibility.
know for sure. Yeah,
And then
I don't think that's even. Yeah,
and so especially the idea is like if the key thing is feeling like someone, open parentheses, or something, close parentheses, is caring for you,
right,
then like having one doctor per human on Earth, like one robot doctor per human on Earth, might provide that placebo effect way better than we could ever achieve by employing human doctors, right? Where
It's
you
possible.
can't have one doctor per human.
Right, and a lot of it probably depends on our feelings about technology and
Yeah, it could be socially determined, like the
biological medicine.
culture, and
Yeah,
like
exactly.
in this
Right,
culture
like
we
right
like
now,
robot doctors, in that culture we hate robot doctors.
exactly. Like right now, we really like things that seem neuro-y, so like right now, biofeedback and stuff like that have a stronger placebo effect than therapy, right?
I missed it.
So
What
maybe
do you
we'll
say?
see
What has
like
better placebo effect than therapy?
like things like neurofeedback.
I don't even know what that is. Like, is this a therapeutic practice, or are you talking like wires in the brain, or what?
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Yeah, like you attach wires to the brain and
okay,
get feedback about what your brain is doing and learn how to relax or whatever.
okay,
And it has a pretty strong placebo effect, as well as plausibly some um, direct effect, but it has a stronger placebo effect than like therapy does.
right.
Therapy also has a placebo effect, as well as presumably some actual effect. But we like the feeling of like, ooh,
wait.
this is about our brain.
You're opening this whole new can of worms here. How can you possibly distinguish placebo from real effect in therapy? Like, how do you give someone fake therapy? Like,
You do like therapy without any of the active ingredients.
what's the active ingredient?
It's
Like,
well, like if you're testing cognitive behavioral therapy, you also do therapy where you have a therapist meet with the person but doesn't do any of the cognitive or behavioral techniques.
okay, so that's sort of what we were gesturing at earlier. Like this impression of someone who cares about you and is helping you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right. So they used to just do weightless control. Then they did like what's called therapy as usual, where you just say like, whatever you're getting out in the community with your, you know, somewhat trained mental health therapist counts. But they also do specifically like you just get personal attention from the therapist, but it's
Yeah.
designed to literally have none of the active ingredients.
Yeah. Because I was like, I mean, that's exactly what I was gesturing at, but with the robot doctor thing, right? Where I say like, so you have a dedicated robot doctor that cares only about you and nobody else, and maybe it feels good, and maybe it feels good enough that it provides that placebo, like all the placebo effect you would have gotten from a human doctor.
Yeah, maybe. Hard to know.
Or even more, because you have a dedicated doctor now, whereas you could not have a dedicated human doctor, presumably, unless you were like ultra rich.
Right. But I don't know if it will still work if everybody has their own.
Yeah, so that's where you have the social network where all your friends are AI robots, right?
Right.
And then they all lie
Right.
to you and say you're the only one who's getting all
Very
this
much
attention.
my
Like, yeah,
only, yeah.
and nobody else is
But
getting
even
this.
if it really was your own dedicated, you know, like right now everybody can have their own chat GPT.
Yeah.
And like even if there literally was your own special personal doctor, like it literally couldn't talk to anyone else, but everybody had their own.
Yeah, but you're I mean, I was being facetious, but like in the joke thing is that they lie to you and they tell you you're the only one who has the
Yeah, yeah.
doctor. But
I think it's really interesting to think about, like a lot of what we like about healthcare, and this is not to suggest that we like being, or that we like being sick, or that we like, um, having to get healthcare. But if we do have to get healthcare, part of what we like about it is this sort of your needs were special.
yeah,
The amount of care that you needed was special. And if like everybody needs that same amount of care and has that their own personal doctor available, even if that literally were true, I don't know.
yeah, it is. It's definitely interesting. I agree with you that, but it's also
Yeah,
filling me with existential dread, right?
yeah,
Because what it's like,
sure.
I'm just thinking like if you're design like we're designing utopia right now, right? We're creating the ultimate
Right.
fantasy, and you can't have a utopia where it's like, well, the only way I'm happy is if everyone else suffers. You know, like it just
Right.
we can't make that work. Like
And
it's
yet,
so
and
so
yet that is what humans want.
yeah. So the thing is like it's in the abstract, sure, it's interesting to think about, but like like I don't even want to like touch the topic, right? In some sense,
It's
right?
freaking you out.
Yeah, so that's
All right.
that's what I'm saying in terms of
Fair.
the existential dread. Like because here's the scary
Sure.
thing. Like the scary thing is like, what if we find out it's true? Like
Yeah.
people are
And then
only
what?
happy if everyone else suffers. Yeah, then we're like, well,
Unhappy,
now we're
yeah.
fucked, right? Like as a
Oh
species.
God. Yeah. Yeah. No, I tell you all the time, we're all gonna die. Like I get the existential dread piece. Like I'm on board.
Richard says, when talking about AI robots taking role job replacement and which role will and can't be replaced, do you think something like psychology could be replaced, like your psychologists, therapists, counselors, in terms of robot AI understand human causal emotions, empathy, sympathy, and real-time connections? Yes, I definitely think I think it's an easy yes for me. I don't know that everybody agrees, but I think it's an easy yes.
I think it's an interesting question. Are psychologists actually, are we actually doing anything, or are we just fancy shamans? Are we just fancy priests?
The thing
In
is,
which case,
yeah, sorry, go ahead.
will it work if that is robotic? I don't know.
Yeah, my instinct is like if it's fake, if all of psychology is fake, then it's even easier for the robot to do it, right? Like
I don't know. I'm not sure. Like, part of what makes the healing is everyone knowing that you are worthy of care. You are worthy of some dedicated person literally giving you unconditional positive regard, lots of their attention, like their undivided attention for an hour, all of that. You have to go to the appointment, you have to pay for it. Like it's all these signals, and when all those signals become free, and ubiquitous, I don't. What will that
yeah, you're
mean?
touching at the scary
You're
thing
not
again.
sending any signals with it. Yeah, I know. Sorry.
But that's like okay, so where was I had an idea, but now I sort of lost it. The thing is, I feel like the question presumes that there's something magical about humans, and I think what Steph is saying is like maybe there really is. Like like I'm dismissing it too easily. I should take more seriously, the possibility that there is some magic to it being a human doing it for you, and
Right.
and I'll admit, yes, I am sort of being dismissive about that.
If if it is literally just about techniques, if it's literally just someone telling you like, hey, you should try this, you should consider this, like unconditional positive regard, have you, like, what can you do to solve your own problem, like whatever, like if it's literally just techniques, then AI is going to take over all of the techniques.
Right. The other thing I'm thinking, so I had this thought now creep into my mind, which is like some sort of selection pressure thing going on. The thing, like, it's going to be very weak. So okay, let me take the thing a step at a time, because I'm thinking having a lot of ideas here.
Okay.
The first thing is it might be different in different people, right? Like I mean, it almost certainly is, because we said it could be culture bound, right? In this culture, people like AI robots, and that culture, people don't like AI robots, and so that's going to have an effect on how strong the placebo effect is going to be on you.
Yeah.
So you could imagine like what that means, like all the people for whom, you know, free AI robots doctors work are going to have a great time, right? In the utopia where there are lots of free AI robots, and all the people for whom it doesn't work are going to have a terrible time, right? Like, because like there aren't any human doctors anymore. Why would you go to medical school to study to be a human, only to be paid less than minimum wage? Because that's how much an AI doctor costs, right? They cost less than minimum wage. So why would we pay a human more than minimum wage? And then,
Yeah.
So that, but and then so you can do this Darwinian thing. So like all the people for whom AI doctors don't work will die out, right? But as I said, but that's gonna be very weak, because I think in general, this isn't a law of nature. It's just a trend, I guess. Humans have helped people who are low reproductive fitness wise still survive anyway, right? Which is, you can see that as a noble trait, I guess, about humans. But it also means that the selection effect, therefore, is going to be very weak.
Right.
It's like how
relative to other species.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like how we still have
Traits
peanut
don't.
allergies going around in humans, right? As opposed to it died off because, you know, everybody who would have had it would have died off by now, type of thing.
Right.
Grish says, I don't know about the deep relation connection a robot human could have in terms of relating to us human or truly understand human emotions. I just don't think AI can really show true sincere empathy and sympathy. Yeah, so there's a bunch of different things in there, right? One of them is this connection thing, which I think Steph was gesturing at when she says, like, is the care you're going to receive going to be effective because it's mediated by the placebo effect, which is mediated by the connection. So that's one thing. The other thing is, could the robot truly understand human emotions? I think it can. In as like, if you grant that AIs can understand anything, I think they can understand human emotions, right? There's this whole philosophical debate of like, when, because like, for example, ChatGPT recently proved some math conjecture that like an open problem in math that mathematicians were not able to solve. This is a recent thing, right?
Yeah. It literally just happened like 2 days ago, right?
Yeah. So it solved this problem. So the key thing is, it's not an obscure problem. In the past, they've solved obscure problems, and so people were like, oh, well, that's because, like, you know, no human put effort into it. I'm sure if a human put effort into it, it would have solved it too, or something like that, right? So then, like, so because it did solve those in the past, but then, like, so now it solved a famous one. So now there's that excuses went away. So it's done, and but then there's a philosophical question. It's like, but does it really understand math, or is it just, you know, stochastic parrot, blah 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 blah, right? Like, so you can question, does the AI actually understand? So I don't know how to resolve that one. My gut feeling is it really does understand, because my instinct is you can't solve these math problems unless you actually understand. But that's just a gut instinct. I don't have a proof of that. So if you're not convinced by that, then I might not be able to convince you. But if you grant that AIs can understand things, like, at all, then I don't see why human emotion is special. I think AIs can understand human emotions just as well as humans can understand human emotions.
I think the implicit point in that comment, though, is not do they understand, but do they empathize? Do they know what it's like to have that lived can they have that affective empathy?
Yeah, and it's not clear to me
I
that,
think what the question is.
it's not clear to me that AIs are significantly what's the word? They do have a disadvantage relative to humans, I think, because they don't have that lived experience. They weren't
They're not
raised as a
embodied.
human.
Right.
They didn't have parents growing up. They didn't get bullied in school or what. Like all these things that typical humans experience, they would not have experienced. But I don't think it's like insurmountable. Like in the same way you can learn about things that are different than you. Like you can learn a foreign language, you can learn about animal behavior, and things like that. I think an AI can learn that about humans and thus become an effective therapist in the same way that a human can become an effective veterinarian or something like that, right? Like studying, like even though you weren't born a dog or whatever, you can still you still know how to train. You can learn how to train a dog or how to help a dog who's
But
distressed or
maybe
things like
from
that.
dogs' perspectives, veterinarians are terrible. You ever thought about that?
Yeah, it's one
Maybe
of
the dogs
those.
are like all paws down.
Yes, I have. I mean, I've thought about it briefly, but it's one of those things I dismiss as unfalsifiable, right?
Well,
It's
maybe
because it's the same thing with
AI will
humans.
be able to tell us.
No, but I mean, like it's the exact same problem with humans. Like if let's say you're nice to a human and they smile at you, right? But how do you know they're actually happy? Maybe
Right.
you don't know. You can't see the inside their mind. Maybe they're miserable.
Right.
Maybe there's when they utter
Maybe
the
they don't even
syllables,
know that
"I am
they're
happy."
unhappy.
Yeah,
Right.
and
Right.
you don't even know if they're real. Like they're all pea zombies, right? Like
Yeah,
like
you don't.
you might
Yeah,
be the only
they
sentient
might be
person in the universe.
zombies.
There's nothing like all of this
They
you
might
can't
be.
know. And so there's a sense of like, have you thought about that? It's like, yeah, I've thought about it, but then I usually dismiss it as it goes nowhere, right? Doesn't mean it's false. It just means
Gotcha.
that there's not much more to think about on that topic, as far as I can tell. I don't know.
I think what's been interesting in the AI therapy area is that like already patients are rating when they get responses from an AI and a human and they don't know in the study who it came from, right? They just say like, here's what your therapist responded. Or they have actors like read out both responses. Like they're already rating the AI as better than
Yeah, like I'm not at all
therapists.
surprised by that. I think AIs are
It's
better than a
kind
lot
of
of human
freaky.
doctors when you only consider like
Yeah,
the technical skill, like so this whole human connection thing.
right.
So that's the um one of the things Creatious was sort of gesturing at, I think, is that and I guess when I was talking about like like for societies that like human robot doctors versus societies that hate
Yeah,
human doctors or robot doctors, sorry, the
yeah,
it might be that like you the degree if it's like pixie dust in a sense, like it only works if you believe in it type of thing, right? Like
right,
like if
right.
you believe that the AI is empathizing with you, that might help you heal faster. And if you're skeptical, you
Right.
say I don't think that, then you might heal slower. And
Yeah.
we'll never know in some sense the true answer, right? Does the AI actually feel empathy or not, right? But what you believe affects the outcome, and so there's that thing. The other thing when you start saying this stuff, this gave another idea jumped in my mind, which is you have these firing squads when you're executing people, right? And what they do, like you have
Yeah.
10 people shoot a prisoner to execute them, but they
Right.
give 9 people blanks and one person a real bullet, and they do this so that each guy who's shooting a gun, each of those 10 executioners could say, it probably wasn't me, so I don't have to feel guilty. I
Right.
wasn't the one. So now I'm thinking like there might be a future job
What if
as a
they did
human
that?
doctor.
Yeah.
So you like 99% of the population gets AI advice. 1% gets human
Right.
advice. They don't tell you which, so you can tell yourself, I probably got the human, right? I probably got the
Oh,
human
it's the real
advice.
doctor. Yeah.
So it should work on me.
Well, we
What a crazy job that would be.
instinctively that would be crazy.
You're the
I
one.
actually also
You're the
used to
diversity
think
hire,
that it
right?
was
Among all the AIs.
yeah.
We need a human on staff
I
just so people feel good.
I'd always heard that same thing about firing squads, but I learned recently, and maybe this isn't true, but like I remember reading it in a book that I felt like was an authoritative source that said actually what they do is they give blanks to 1 out of the 10.
Sure. I mean, you can do it either way, I feel like,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I just had always thought like, oh, only one person does it and the other, 9 can kind of comfort themselves. But like they really want to make sure the person's dead.
Yeah, well, it sucks if you
So
miss,
it's only
right?
a 1 in, yeah.
So like
Yeah.
if the one guy who has the real one misses, it's like, well.
Everybody's like, yeah. But we instinctively, I think, I don't know, like I'm with Cretaceous here that like like when you hear about Waymo drivers, like we're all just sort of like, I want to be in charge of the car. The car is a way better driver than I am. Like way better.
And this might be
and
typical
yet,
mind fallacy because I don't want to be the driver. It's
Yeah.
like I want the AI to drive for me.
Right.
Like,
right. But I think many of us feel like we want some control. We feel like we want a real human. Like we just, I don't know. Yeah. Many of us, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's probably not even just culture bound or individual specific. I think it depends on how important that aspect is to your identity, what your preconceived notions are, like, right? Like we're all going to trust AI in some areas and not others. I would totally trust AI to make better financial decisions than I do. No
but not
problem.
drive?
Great,
Like
do it.
to me, that's like
Not
it's
drive,
weird.
yeah.
Like it's
I
unintuitive to
know,
me.
that's what I mean. Like it's going to be like so person situation specific.
Well, the thing is, I do admit that I think how do I should phrase it? Anti-AI sentiment is popular, so I think most people
Sure.
would not want AI to drive for them. Yeah, I think most people would not want AI to do anything for them in general. Like I think I'm an outlier in that. In that, I
Except
think
AI does all kinds of things for us all the time.
yeah, but seriously, here's the thing, like, and this
You
is
go online.
yeah. Here's the thing: people are
Okay.
stupid. Like the general public is stupid.
Yes, that's also true. That's true. Okay, I
but
grant.
and so that's why it's very easy for me to hold these two beliefs at the same time, right? Where I say like I think AI is better than us at everything, so they should do everything. And also, most people think AI is bad at everything, and they don't want the AI to do everything. And I can reconcile that easily, right? By saying that I'm smart and everyone else is dumb. Like,
Right.
But the
Fine.
So I mean that's a facile statement, I guess, to make. But the thing that's a little bit deeper, I guess, the thing that, but it's also it's still self-flattering. So you're not going to get away from this, which is that sometimes, like I have these daytime fantasies or whatever. Of like if I was in charge of the world, what would I do, right? And
Sure.
because I'm a very techno optimist, right? I really think AI is smarter than us at a lot of things, and it's just going to keep getting better and so on. And then I have this situation where like, but everyone else in the world, their values are different from my values. They don't like AI. And so I'm struggling with like, well, how would I reconcile that as the supreme leader, right? Because I still want to be like a good person. I want to, if like from a utilitarian standpoint, if everybody likes it this way, even though I think that's dumb, I give people what they want, question mark? Like it's this paternalism that is an old, I guess, debate, right? Like of how much, like, do you do what's good for people, even if they don't realize that that's what's good for them, type of thing.
Right. The enthusiasm in your voice cracked me up.
All right.
I give people what they want.
Because the thing, like, there's, like, you can like the paternalism thing comes from that. I guess the root word, right, is related to the parents, and you can see that, like, the analogous situation of like you have a kid, and they really want to do something, and they should not do that, right? And then so you have this struggle as a parent. Do you let them do it, and then and they can learn, for themselves why it's a bad idea, or do you protect them from their own mistake, or like
all your Halloween candy in one night?
Yeah,
great.
or you don't want to brush your teeth, or anything like like fine, one day, sure, but like I've never brushed my teeth for the rest of my life, like really bad idea, like
it doesn't seem good.
Yeah, and so that's what I see, right? When I see people are like, oh, I hate AI, and we should get rid of all the AI. This is what I'm seeing. Like, I don't know.
I think it's so interesting that like you're a techno optimist and you think that AI is going to be better at us in everything, right?
Yeah.
if it isn't already, that you think it will be soon. And like, I completely agree with you, and am completely horrified by that.
I am also completely horrified. Well, I mean both. Like it's a
Oh,
complicated situation. Like we always talk about like
Yeah.
the alignment problem we talk
Yeah,
about a lot,
but,
right? Like if
how is
the
that?
we,
How would you use optimist then?
Optimus in
Are we
terms of
using that word
capabilities,
right?
and so this is a
Capability.
discussion.
Okay.
This is a discussion I've had on
Yeah.
Reddit, for example, where when someone says they're pro
Okay.
AI, you don't know what they mean. You don't know if they mean they think the
Right.
AI will be capable, or do they mean they
Right.
think the AI will be good, right? Which is like a different
I think
question.
the AI will be capable.
Yeah, so that's what I meant by technologist in the most recent
awful.
sentence. I think
Gotcha.
so.
Okay.
The thing is, again, this is going back to people are stupid type of thing. There's the halo effect, I guess, right? Which is like they decide that AI is bad, like for society, which I also agree with. I think there's a very good chance that AI might kill us all and things like that, right? So that's bad
Sure.
for society.
Sure.
But then, so the halo effect or inverse halo effect means like because it has this bad quality, it must have all other bad qualities. So not only is it morally bad, but it's surely also therefore incapable, incompetent, right? And that's where people, I'd say you're getting this wrong. AI is very capable. Like,
Right. It's frighteningly capable.
yeah.
All
And
of
so
the
that's why
time.
there's this mixed messaging, right? Where people like for Gracious questions, like, do you think the AI robots will be able to understand? It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they will. Like, I think it's like because it's a capabilities question, right? Like, I think it's very like if they don't already understand, they will very soon. Like,
God.
but like but is that a good thing? That's a completely different topic.
Different question.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Anyway, we're supposed to be playing this game.
Right.
I guess I'll try to blaze through it. Yeah.
Okay, you play for a little bit. I have to let my dog outside.
All
She
right.
is very insistent that this is lame behavior on my part, so I will be back.
Welcome to Puck Walk. Hello, I found a coupon for a free walk. Congratulations, here's your free walk. Thank you, yum yum. This walk is so big, maybe I should feed that mean dog over there. Oh, so we have a quest sequence here. I guess I'll wait for Steph here for a little bit. Let's do, I just implemented this thing. We got the continuous Jeopardy questions here now. Unless Steph is back already? Nope, doesn't sound like she is. Okay, let's turn on continuous Jeopardy. What is this? Science gadget medium question. What is the Mitsubishi Wakamaru? Wakamaru. I'm gonna go pickup truck. I don't know the answer, but I'm just making a guess here. Maybe I should have made the timer shorter so that we get the Jeopardy questions sooner. What was it? It was a robot? Gosh, nerd. Japanese anime manga hard question. Which person from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure does not house a reference to a band artist or song earlier than 1980? Not earlier than 1980? What? I don't even understand the question, so I'm just gonna guess randomly. Which person does not house a reference? So they're saying it has to be a reference that's recent, I guess, is what they're saying. Because all the other references are earlier. But yeah, I'm still just going to guess randomly because I don't understand. No, wait, maybe I'll change it to C. Because isn't Jolene like a Western song? It might be earlier than the 1980s. Giovanna's recent? Isn't that like a luxury brand? I thought it would be older. Film Easy, Daniel Radcliffe became a global star in the film industry due to his performance in which film franchise? Radcliffe. I think it's this one. Film meme question: who is revealed to be the villain at the end of the first live-action Scooby-Doo movie? Wow, we're gonna do freaking spoilers here. Yes, we'll just do this one. Steph, are you back?
Yep.
Look, it's a quest. It's a quest chain.
It's a what? A quest?
A quest chain.
A quest chain. Great.
We got the rat,
Oh.
and the rat gave us a coupon for the walk. So we went to the walk lady, and we gave her the coupon, and she gave us a walk and says, "This walk is so big, I should feed the mean dog." So you see the chain that's
Okay.
forming here.
Yeah, great.
So let me go feed the dog, I guess. I have to walk. Woof, woof. Smells like a walk. Here's a treat for you, you evil puppy. Oh, he drops a book.
Forget about diseases. Health pills.
Diary of a sad dog? Woof, woof. Dear diary, there are no words to describe the humiliation I felt. See, this is what you were getting at, right? When we're not sure if dogs are happy or not.
Right.
An angry man hit me with a stick because he was splashed by a car whose driver was angry about a scratch on the door made by a child who was upset with his parents. Upset by the injustice, I was ready to bite someone, but he treated me to noodles and meatballs. Evil roams the world until someone finds the strength to respond to evil with good. Is he talking about me?
Okay. Maybe.
Oh, can I talk to the bird? No, I don't want to do I want to do the bird. Yes, I can't. All right, so we bought these flash drives. Wow, the boxes have already arrived so quickly and right to the apartment. How did they get inside? Okay, the main thing now is to list the goods for sale online.
Flash drives that I got in an alley.
I guess on browser, maybe? Flash drives. Great, I've put the products up for sale online. When customers call, I'll deliver the goods and make a profit. It's a done deal. Now I just have to wait. I could take a walk around the city or play video games or think of something else. I have to wait a minute
Okay.
for the frickin' minute 30. What happens if I'm out? Do I have a cell phone? Like, if they call me while I'm out of the house? Can I swim, do you think? Oh, it won't even let me go. Invisible wall. The game is starting to lag a lot. Like it's very slow and sluggish now.
What it's like being financially free.
And even I think the sound effects is like a good 1 second delay behind the action. Like when I jump, it only plays a jump sound effect a second later. What's your advice for financial freedom, Steph?
My advice for financial freedom is learn some things about any aspect of the economy. Like anything that's boring. Learn it better than other people. And then you get advantages from knowing that other people don't. Like learn how to play the stock market or learn how to do real estate or learn how to do whatever puts and short sells and stuff like that are, or learn how to be a venture capitalist, or I don't even know what all the things are because I'm bad with money, but learn one of them and then profit. Also, don't grow up poor.
Phone ringing. Hello, do you want to buy flash drives? Yes, wholesale? Hello, welcome to the dental clinic, Sweet Tooth. Take part in the promotion, blah, blah, blah. Oh, it's an advertisement. Why aren't clients calling? I'm starting to worry. I'll wait a little longer. 12 hours later. Houston, we have a problem. Clients aren't calling. We need to ask that guy from the book. Hey, bro, did you call me? Hi, yes, I raised the seed money, purchased the product, posted it online, but no one is buying it or even showing any interest. I'm panicking. I spent almost all my money on it. What am I supposed to do now? Oh my god. Pull yourself together. It's fine. Let's just... What's okay? Nothing's okay. What am I supposed to do now? Ahem. I'm just a tiny particle in this vast universe. Mumbled something hastily and inaudibly. What? Let's figure out what went wrong. Breathe easily. You'll laugh about this situation in the future. Okay, fine. I'm fine. Great. Don't worry so much. So, what do you think the problem is? I don't know. I bought a lot of flash drives. Everyone needs flash drives, right? Or should I buy something else? Now I don't even have any startup capital. Maybe I need to take out a loan? Take out a loan to repeat your mistake, but now end up with debt? I highly recommend not doing this. Oh, I have several consumer loans. Is that a big problem? It's not ideal, but it doesn't change the overall strategy. In any case, the path to financial freedom lies through creating sources of income. Continuing to work at the factory will require much more time to pay off the loan. That's kind of reassuring.
What? I don't know that I understood that advice.
I'm coughing a lot, so I gotta mute my coughs.
Ah.
So if you can't take out a loan to start a business, then you can't take out a loan for regular purchases either. So is it illegal to use a loan at all? Not quite. Yes, taking out a loan to buy things that don't generate income makes you poor. It's also not a good idea to take out a loan to start a business, as the risk of failure is high and you risk being left in debt. But when you already have a stable business, you can take out a loan to improve it. What if I fail again? Yeah, that can happen. Making mistakes is normal. The chances of you launching a profitable business are quite small, but your overall chance of success is extremely high. What do you mean? I don't understand. In theory, it's all very simple. When you build a business, you're playing a game of low odds. The odds are always slim, but you have an unlimited number of tries, so you only lose if you give up. Okay, but since I don't have money for a new business, what should I do? To start a business, startup capital is not required. But how is this possible? And if startup capital isn't necessary, then why did I sell my things? Raising startup capital by selling things was your idea. I just didn't try to talk you out of it. Besides, I'm just information from a book, materialized by your vivid imagination. Also, you sold the TV, so your chances of success have increased slightly. I think you know why. As for the startup capital and the mistake, it's that you invested in a product without even knowing in advance whether it would sell. So let's do it differently. You won't risk investing all your money until you know for sure it will pay off. The plan is this, whispers so the player can't hear. What the heck? Wow, and if they ask, what should I answer? Sounds logical. Was that even possible? How come I didn't think of it myself? Got it. But why whisper? Makes it more fun. See you later. Poof. Okay, so now what?
Yes, you go out and try and encounter something that you think you know will sell.
Wasn't there this game, or I forget what it was, where like you were happy that the main action you can do is punch things?
Sounds like me.
Give him another $1. I forgot what game it was though. You were like excited that you could punch things. Because you like that was the main way that you interacted with the world.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just in charge of this guy. There's no time to explain. I need to take pictures of all the procs you have. Okay, okay. Take a picture. Here, they are. Take photos of all procs. Glasses. Case. Books. Phone. Tablet. Player. There's just one last thing left to photograph. VR. Great, all the photos are taken. Now I need to post them online.
What you do is you sell inventory that you don't have, see if anybody wants it, and then you get the inventory, which will still be available because other financial salespeople are dumb and don't know the strategy. And then,
Yeah,
hey presto, you have a business.
I'm iffy on this business idea. Photos taken, products posted. Now all that remains is to wait for calls from people who want to buy goods that I don't have. Okay. There's I read a book that made a similar argument, and it is a reasonable argument, but like it wasn't clear to me how to generalize it. Like what the book basically said is this guy started a snow shoveling business, basically, like, you know, shovel the snow off your driveway for you. And so he posted the ads online, but he didn't buy a shovel. He doesn't have a shovel. What he does is, like, once someone hires him, he gets paid in advance and then uses that money to buy the shovel, right? So that he's not like out the expense of buying a shovel only to find out the business won't work.
But like, who's paying you in advance for your snow shoveling skills?
Yeah, so like that's why I'm like there, you know, there's an idea there. It seems like there's a principle there.
Yeah.
There's a principle that you should learn from, but I don't know what it is yet. Like it's not clear how to generalize this to, like, because I don't want to start a snow shoveling business. So, you know, but let's say, you know, I'm going to do some sort of software development business. How do I use this idea, this principle of like avoiding, you know, taking on costs until I have a proven, like, a customer type of thing, right?
Yeah, to me it seems like have psychotic confidence, and sometimes it works out, and those are the people we hear about.
Good afternoon. How can I help you? Hello, I'm calling about the player. I need it delivered to my home. Do you still have them? Yeah, something like that. When should I deliver it to you? Right now. It's my son's birthday, and I forgot to buy him a present, but I'm pretending I didn't forget. Got it. Tell me your address. Triangulate the signal from my phone. Time is running out. What? I'm not the FBI. How am I supposed to do that? Please, just tell me your address. Yes. I live in the eastern part, near the bridge. Okay, I'll be there soon. What did you want, the player? Oh, I guess my character will remember.
Yeah.
Hello, I have a lucrative business proposal for you. Hey, boy, haha, well, I'm listening. Well, I found a buyer for the player, but I don't have enough money to buy it. Can I take the player now and pay for it in a few hours? So you want the player now, but you pay for it later? Sorry, man, but I'm not used to that. I always charge for my products and then deliver them. I know this sounds unusual to you, but I can only steal your player once. You'll definitely give me nothing the second time. But if I'm honest, I can help you sell a lot of goods online. But you recently bought a bunch of flash drives, right? Why can't you afford just one player now? Yes, I bought it. Now the money's gone. I haven't been able to find anyone to buy it yet. There's a buyer for the player, and he's waiting for his player right now to give it to his son for his birthday. Show me a little trust, and I promise you won't regret your decision. What a fiery speech. Trust me, and I'll save the city. Okay, kid, you convinced me. Take the player, but you let me down, I'll definitely never trust anyone again. Thank you. I'll be back soon. So
This is not how business works.
Yeah.
Just FYI.
I guess I just have the player then. I don't, because I can't seem to pick it up. I guess once we deliver the player, maybe we'll end stream.
Okay.
Because my throat is dying because I talk too much this stream. Good afternoon. Are you waiting for the delivery? Yes, it's me. Finally, my son is starting to suspect I don't have a gift. Here's the payment. Bye. Goodbye. Wow, that was weird. This is my first sale. Nice. Phew, I should have, of course, agreed with the merchant in advance that I want to sell. It's good. It's good that he finally agreed. Now I need to go back to merchant and pay for the player. I sold the player. Here's the payment for it. I think I can find more buyers for your goods. I have enough money for some, but if not, will you offer them on deferred payment? Okay, kid, you win. You can take the goods and pay for them when you sell them. We did it. Now the game is frozen a little bit. Okay. I quit. There's no quit button.
I feel like this has to be satirical.
Like freedom, but you can't quit.
Right here.
I just forced close it. Rebecca, welcome in. Congrats on getting first. We are now ending the stream. Hello, hi, Rebecca. All right, see you later, Steph, I guess.
All right.
There's no way. There is. I literally said that we're ending stream, Rebecca. Sorry. You got it right at the end. This happened. Yeah, that's it. So here's, look, my stream. You see it post here. I stream every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That's about 2 hours, 18 minutes ago in your time zone. And every Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's about 3 hours, 48 minutes ago in your time zone. So that's the bookmark it or add it to your calendar. Every Thursday, 2 hours ago. Every Saturday, 3 hours, 48 minutes ago. Interact. I always miss it. Well, now you won't miss it because you've added it to your calendar, so you know exactly what time I'm going to start. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. That was Financial Freedom with Steph. Regular schedule is top left corner of the screen. Every Thursday, 7:30 p.m. Pacific. That's about 2 hours, 20 minutes ago in your time zone. We got the Steph's Thursday streams where we'll be playing Silk Song for the foreseeable future. Every Saturday, 6 p.m. Pacific. That's about 3 hours, 48 minutes ago in your time zone. We got the Solo Saturday stream where I play random games from my review queue. We got the Discord. Join the Discord for the announcements, for the schedule, and for any any off-schedule streams. Let me check the calendar here. Today's Thursday, so tomorrow, Friday, we'll be playing Cinderia. And then Saturday, we'll be playing NeoCab with Zerfi. And then after that, I'll be posting the updated schedule for the next week. And yeah, I think that's it. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of the cat parade while I look for something to raid.